Hi, everybody. I know it's been 9 months since the last episode came out on YouTube. We're still here. We're still doing our thing. It's just that there's a little pandemic going on, and we've been kind of busy. However, just so that you know, we are currently doing live Instagram episodes where we are interacting with the audience, answering questions, all that lovely pizzazz. If you want to join us, that will be more frequent than uploads. That's a couple of kooky kids on Instagram. But for now, we think that this episode has a delightful irony to it. This is our New Year's episode. We filmed this New Year's Eve, and we just talked about how much we can't wait for 2020 to be so enjoyable. Sometimes life kicks you in the butt. Enjoy. Hope you have fun. Mwah. Feel free to clap.
Every time. Grandma's got a boyfriend, and her boyfriend's name is Paul.
We're
Welcome
back.
back.
We didn't go anywhere.
No, we've been here the whole time. If you've ever watched a Nardwuar interview, at the end of each one, when it just cuts off, we just freeze frame there, and someone moves our bodies, unclothes us, reclothes us, and moves us to the next place we're filming. And that's what happened.
You okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm Marcus, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
Marcus.
I'm Inkara, and I'm...
Inkara.
Full stop. Full stop.
And this is
Period.
a brand new episode, brand new hot and piping episode
Hop
of
and piping, couple of kooky kids. I'm drinking Power Malt today, a non-alcoholic malt beverage. If you can read it, you probably can't, but it's non-alcoholic. And to all my black people out there, you know it's non-alcoholic, okay? So my Christians watching, mind your business, please.
And I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking.
Sorry about that. My alarm went off for my medication.
Medication? You okay?
I'm absolutely fine.
Cool. So, Inkara, it's been how many months since we last uploaded? 3 months?
Yes.
3 months.
And the funny thing is, okay.
Evidently, it's really funny.
We've had an episode in the bag for like
Over 3 months.
over 3
About
months.
4 months.
It's our sex episode that we said, oh yeah, we'll put it up. We just didn't.
We didn't.
Because it was a lot to cut together, and you never found the time. Next thing we knew, it was results day. Next thing we knew, we were all depressed, except you, depressed about results day and going off to uni. Next thing we knew, uni started, and we were just like, yeah, we were just too lazy, procrastinated too much. I didn't bother him enough to upload it.
I was busy.
Yeah, you were busy.
I was
like
busy.
like
I was a
said.
busy bee.
We're all very, very, very tray busy, and as busy as teenagers can get, you know. So don't look at me like
I sound
that.
like one of those Made in Chelsea people. I've never watched that show, but I
So
think
you
they
don't
sound
know.
like that. I'm assuming they do. Do they?
Probably.
Yeah.
Was Gemma Collins on Made in? No, she was on The Only Way Is Essex.
Who's Gemma Collins?
Okay, whatever.
Oh, she's
The big GC.
She's one that
I was trying to.
she's one that Dave likes, right? Dave loves Gemma
They
Collins.
shout Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Shout Dave.
Dave, you're in town. Hit us up. Dave's been in town all the time. I haven't
Oh
seen him.
fuck! Let's go see Dave.
Anyway, so a lot has happened in the last 3 months.
Did I finish my intro?
Oh yeah.
I just said I'm in Cara and Big Sigh because not only the last 3 months, this episode, it feels so weird saying that. This
Yes.
episode is supposed to be 2019 in review because we're recording this on New Year's Eve. While you guys are out partying and looking at fireworks and getting your midnight kisses, guess what we're doing? Having
Not kissing
intellectual
anyone.
conversation.
And we never will.
Yeah, CBA to go out.
No.
CBA.
No.
I think this year's been long enough. I
Yes.
really did not want to long it out with another outing.
I didn't. No. I'm
you
done.
didn't.
I'm done.
You're
Yeah.
finished.
Listen, going out is for next year, I feel.
Really?
This year has been a whole year of going out.
For you?
In many ways. Coming out,
Oh, that was a
going out.
terrible
It's just a year of outs.
I was trying. You know what? Let's get real. Okay.
Let's get real. Let's get real, guys.
Here's me doing year in a. If I had to review my year, okay. Question: if you had to review your year in a singular word, what would it be? And I was thinking of mine. It would be wild. You go, and then I'll elaborate.
You'll never guess what.
What?
That was going to be my word.
Wild.
Wild. Just wacko, loopy, nutso, zonkers. Zoy oi oi. You know, that was my
funny.
year. It was nuts.
It was a bit wild. This has been the longest year of my life so far.
Yes.
So far. Mm-hmm. You know, because who knows what 40 is going to feel like.
Simpsons movie.
So far. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's because the first half of the year, A-levels, like, the fact that exams happened this year just blows my goddamn...
I forget that was this year.
That was... I'm going to explode. No, I'm going to explode. I'm actually going to explode. I'm actually going to combust into millions of pieces. Exams was this year.
Yes.
My cute, like, 5... What did I have? Like, 8 or 5? I had, like, a cute amount of exams.
Yeah.
That was this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because you were just, like, done with exams, and I was just, like...
No, but they were longed out. You finished when I
True.
finished, didn't you? No, you didn't.
Okay, you're at odds with yourself here. I don't know.
Finished on my birthday. Were you finished with your exams on my birthday? I don't think you were. No, you had one after. English Lit one or something.
English Lit. Kind of miss English Lit, to be honest.
Really? Why?
Because I liked doing it up until the exams. I liked everything else.
Oh, yeah.
A-levels feels like a long time ago.
It feels like like I was watching one of those like chick flick movies. We were watching Tall Girl.
Tall Girl.
I can't believe I gave that film my money. I can't believe it.
Tall Girl.
I actually can't believe it.
She's tall.
For those of you that have watched Dance Moms, she was the one that literally got kicked out of the dance studio for being too tall. And now she has her own film about being tall. If that's not glow up, if that's not dragging Abby Lee by her extensions, then I don't know what is.
Please continue. I didn't understand a word of that. Dance Moms.
I love that show.
No idea.
That's like that Real Housewives peak of reality TV. Period.
What's your point?
My point is that was a bad film, and yeah, I was watching that film. I was just thinking about how happy I am to be out of that type of education.
Yes.
Because technically I am still in that education.
Mm-hmm.
We'll explain where we are at them for those who care about our business in a bit. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy to not be in that type of environment anymore. Like, thank God I've got my A-levels, got my GCSEs. Amazing.
Apologies for the audience for the fact that Ankara just deafened you.
Oh, did I just...
You just went like this close to the microphone. And you yelled.
Sorry, no, I'm so happy to be out of that environment. I'm thankful for the education and the things I got. But that environment, just the catalyst to all anxiety in any prepubescent young adult ever. Ever. Oh my word, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
And I feel as if Tall Girl, right, really, really bad.
Shit.
But it felt like the quintessential kind of amalgamation of all of the things that we hated about kind of the sixth form and secondary school experience put into one movie.
It didn't really comment on like the pressure of young people to attend university or anything like that. Like, don't get us wrong, it was not an intellectual film.
But you know what other film this year did that?
What?
And did it extremely well. Guys, can we talk about this film for a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about Booksmart? So I made a post about all my favourite films that came out this decade, and Booksmart made it onto the list. Because Booksmart, for me, came, I don't know about you, at the exact perfect time that I needed it to.
Yeah, I would say so. It literally like changed my view of school and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah,
yes, entirely.
absolutely. Yeah, I would agree. Should I move this further away?
No, you're all good.
Because I feel like I'm screaming. Scrum.
You're scrumming. Absolutely scrumming.
Yeah, that film. We talked about it when we filmed our first episode. We said everyone go watch it.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, and now when it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you watch it on illegally, just give it a view. Give it a view. Give it a
It's not getting a Blu-ray.
It's not. Why?
Nope. Just because they didn't make one, and it makes me furious that I have to download it digitally now.
You get on DVD
on
though.
my shelf. I'm
DVD
not
though.
I'm getting DVD.
Shut up. Oh my god, the 2000s still exists. I don't care if we're going into 2020.
I'm getting a DVD.
The 2000s are still very relevant. You and your fucking Blu-rays. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Anyway, so Booksmart is a film about two teenagers who worked really, really ridiculously hard during their like American equivalent of A-levels to get into the universities that they wanted. SATs? SATs.
Yeah, SATs. It's when we did SATs in year 6.
Remember
Americans
that?
are fucking stupid.
I did my SATs when I
I
went to
stand by
Oxford.
that statement. Go ahead.
And they do pretty well. And then they ask everyone else who they thought was going to fail because they were
They
passing
don't
the whole
ask,
time.
they accidentally find out.
Yeah, they accidentally find out that everyone who they thought was going to fail because they partied really hard ended up going into the same places that they did, like Harvard, Yale.
Yeah.
And it's all about just kind of deconstructing the myths of kind of teenagerhood in school.
Yeah, like
know?
there's this type of person, this type of person. Stop basically saying, why are we pigeonholing?
Pigeonholing, yes.
Pigeonholing?
That's a phrase that people use.
Yeah. Why are we putting people in a box? Because you can do both.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the party animal and still get good grades.
And
Absolutely.
we ended up doing a bit of a book smart thing in the fact that after they find this out, they decide to do all of the kind of party stuff that they missed out on during their sixth form experience.
In one night, yeah.
In one night.
I still need to watch Superbad, because is that what they do in Superbad?
It's pretty much Superbad. They're very similar.
They're very similar.
Except Booksmart's better.
Yeah.
Superbad's funnier.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Superbad, that's nostalgia talking. But anyway, and we had a similar experience with the fact that we were not party people throughout most of sixth
But I
form.
chose not to be, because I was like, I don't want to drink.
I don't want to drink
Not because I looked
alcohol.
down on people who drank and partied, just because I thought I wouldn't just enjoy that lifestyle through sixth form. I didn't feel like the type of person that could balance both. And plus, I wasn't in a circle of people who threw parties, so why the hell would I just rock up at some random person's like, hey, I'm with you? Like, no.
We
Like,
were on circles.
yeah.
We were a line. at most a triangle.
Oh my god.
At
we
least
were
a dot.
line.
We're a
Oh
line.
my
We're
God,
not a
we're
circle
a
of
line
people.
3 people, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't operate in those circles, and I did have a desire to party and stuff, so when the opportunity came, I would go. But it was never, I don't think there's such thing as a party girl, if you get what I mean. Just like super...
1995, first film to ever air on the internet, Party Girl.
Really?
Yeah, Parker Posey was in it. I studied it.
Is.
Anyway.
Yeah, just the idea of stereotypical personalities, the archetypes that we see so much in film, we expect them in our school, so therefore we project them onto people or groups or cliques, and then we judge those cliques, and as I've said before, judging someone is only reflective of how you feel about yourself. And when someone doesn't like you, don't take it personally, because it literally has nothing to do with you. Because if they were happy within themselves, they would have no reason to dislike you, unless you were like a neo-Nazi. But like, yeah.
You didn't call me out on that last episode. I'm asking you to call me out again. Anyway.
Not me.
No,
Keep my DMs clear, please.
I didn't go to any parties because I was an absolute mess.
Yeah, during exams. Post-exams,
Yeah.
you glowed up. You bloomed. Blossomed.
Flourished.
You blossomed. You grew a fringe and you blossomed.
I grew a fringe.
Yeah. And your skin cleared.
My skin cleared. Except
Tan
for the
back.
eye thing.
Don't point it out. He's
Look
got
at
a
it.
sty.
Look at it.
Your tan was back. You started to gain weight.
Mm.
You glowed. Summer was that was your summer, if I'm not gonna lie. That was your hot girl summer, if I'm not gonna lie.
I had a hot girl summer.
Yeah, you had a hot girl summer.
Guys, quick little experiment. Look at me in the first episode and look at me now and see if you can tell any difference. Because I think there's a big difference. I think I look a lot healthier.
Please, for the love of God, don't do that with me. Oh my God, leave me alone. I don't want to know.
Just look at half the screen, cover the other half with sellotape. Have we talked about anything significant yet?
No.
That's 2019 for you. So 2019, Ankara, How'd it go for you?
You just triggered me. Yeah, as I was saying, the first statement I made, I was trying to think, like in the last week of December, or just the time that I finally got a break, I was trying to think about 2019, like how's that been for me? And my brain would just not let me. It was just like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I was like, why? And it was just like, don't do it.
What are you hiding?
Because it just felt too overwhelming to try and think about in just like one stream of thought. So this morning I just decided to look through all the photos I took in 2019. And one of the things I realized is that I did not document stuff on social media as much as I did last year. And that was primarily down to exams, because during the exams I deleted all my social media so I could focus on my exams.
I'm going to focus on my exams, guys. So, like, if anyone messaged me on Snapchat, I'm sorry, I'm not going to see it.
That was me. That was literally me. Oh, that still is me. Oh, anyway.
Do you have any last words to say to me ever?
Say them now?
Say them now. Like, if you love me?
No, that was literally me during exams. Yeah. 8 till 8, revision. Still, let me not talk about my grades. Yeah. So I didn't document that much because from January till June, a good fucking half of my year was exams, was A-levels. Don't get me wrong, I had great times. Oh my God, how that bonded me to the best people in my life. How we came so close and supportive for each other in those moments. Amazing. Y'all know who you are. Amazing.
We'll just give it a hint that they're yummy.
Shout fruit salad.
Fruit salad.
We haven't shouted our girl Mickealla on any other
We have.
any other episodes,
Multiple times, yeah.
I think you're lying. Shout fruit salad.
Who edits?
Hey.
Who's seen the podcast? Why'd you do that?
That's from Sense8. Oh, anyone? Yeah, shout fruit salad. Shout Mickealla for introducing Sense8 to me and Marcus and making us watch the full season with her. Anyone who is anybody queer. She was right in saying this. I didn't believe her. She said, "You're not queer if you haven't watched Sense8."
It's the queer Bible.
It's the Bible.
Queer Bible. Yeah.
It's the Bible.
It's just gospels. It's everything you need to know about queerness in one television show made by a beautiful, beautiful pair of trans ladies.
The Wachowskis.
The Wachowski sisters are amazing. They made one of the best TV shows ever, in my opinion, especially if you're one of us. Queers. And I can't recommend it enough. That show truly, truly changed me as a person, I feel.
I would agree.
We spent a summer seeing I'd drive over pretty constantly. We'd be sitting on either your sofa or Mickealla's sofa or my sofa, and we would just watch several episodes.
I'm not crying.
I had to double check. We'd watch several episodes of Sense8 together, and that was our summer.
That logged my summer. That made me realize where I was in my summer. Like, that show is so good. No, that show is so good. It's amazing. That's all we're going to say. We're not going to give any spoilers what it's about. You have to know for yourself why we're so passionate about this show. So shout Fruit Salad. Go subscribe to her. She's Fruit Salad on Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Her Instagram is some underscores. We'll link it in the description. And she talks about makeup. I'm making her out to be a basic bitch. Mickealla's not a basic bitch, but she does she just makes really funny videos, really entertaining funny videos.
I don't watch her videos.
Okay, hate it.
There you go.
And we're back. Sorry, I took a pee break. Yeah.
I urinated.
She talks about Christianity and stuff because she loves the Lord and whatever. We appreciate that. Amen. She does makeup, but get ready with me. So that's what it is. Not just now we're gonna do a wing. Okay, has everyone done their wing? No. Just get ready with me's advice, her life, vlogs and stuff. All very entertaining, very her, and it's a great thing that it's her because she's literally the most charismatic person I've ever met in my entire life.
It's very unfair to other human beings.
It's very unfair, isn't it?
Yeah. How Mickealla just starts talking and then everyone's listening.
Don't even. You're
really
so right.
It really pisses me off.
This is a bitching
I'll
session.
be talking.
This is an expose on fruit salad. Yeah.
I've been wanting to do this for a long time, actually. Mickealla Fruit Salad, one time she said that she really, really party.
Whoa, what? I thought you were going to make a funny joke. That wasn't even funny.
No, she loves
No, yeah. Yeah, obviously that was a joke, Jesus Christ. But yeah, sorry, that was a very long plug, but yeah, go follow our girl.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, I talked about Mickealla because I was talking about the people that I grew close to during A-levels and just during sixth form, the whole experience of sixth form, how it was very transformative for me as a young person, how it helped me to realize myself, and one of those things about realizing myself was coming out, how it just made me feel more assured in myself and my sense of self. And I think I continued to do that during this year. So once exams were out of the bag, exams were, done, it was like, now it's my time to relax. And that period of summer holidays was very hard to sort of like find my groove of what exactly I wanted to make of this holiday, because I had a massive list of all the things I wanted to do. Did like 2 of them in the 3 months we were off.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up feeling very lonely because I had a lot of me time. And usually in my lone moments when I was like traveling, whatever, I would love it. But I would often get the feeling of like, oh, fuck, I'm stuck with myself again. What am I going to do? Let's just overthink. Mm-hmm. And that was a very weird space to be in. And then, but summer was great. Summer was amazing. And I didn't document a lot of it, but I'm sort of okay with that because I documented a lot on my phone, but I didn't post a lot because I didn't feel like it.
Mm.
I don't know. It didn't feel like, when moments are so precious, you don't need to just there for everyone to see. You know, there's some things are for me. You know, they're not for whoever my little small follow account is.
Mm.
And then A-level results, they rolled around.
And then after that...
No. I'll be candid.
Be honest. Be honest. Just lay it on. Lay it on thick. Just...
Oh. No. Yeah, A-level results, they rolled around, and it was a very turbulent day.
It was a whirlwind.
Oh, no, before that, it was prom before or after that?
Prom was before.
Prom was fantastic. We all looked...
Prom was wonderful.
Amazing. Prom was amazing. That was the first drink I ever had. I didn't get drunk. I just sipped your gin and ginger tonic. Beer, ginger.
Rhubarb and ginger gin.
It tasted amazing.
A double.
Yeah. I sipped it and I was like, this is nasty. But he was like, this is really good. Now I understand alcohol that doesn't taste good, and it rarely tastes good. So I get it.
It's delicious.
Yeah, that was an amazing night. Really nice. Really nice culmination to, you know, the sixth form experience and everything. Then results, they rolled around, and that was hard in many ways, because initially, so I ended up getting A star AC, and I could already hear everyone screaming, that's really good results.
Oh my God, that's really good. That's really good. You
Shut up. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Cool.
No, I'm kidding.
That fixes everything.
No. Yeah. When I got them, the C was in music, and I really, really wanted to at least like be in music. You know what I mean? At least, and because I worked really hard for it, but I just in year 12. It was a mix-up because the teachers in year 12 I didn't make the time, so in year 13 it was a race against the clock to try and understand everything I had to learn. And for those who do music A-level or are doing music A-level at GCSE,
first off, God bless you.
God bless you. You know that is really, really hard. And A-levels are just hard in general, especially because you're balancing this with this and this and this and this. Like it's a new thing. So that meant I didn't get into the uni that I wanted to get into, which was very silly because the requirements were BBB, but you also needed to be in music. Didn't get to be in music. They were just like, no thanks. That whole day, I spent a good 70% of that day crying. Just like, my life is over. I'm a failure. What am I going to do? No uni's going to want me because I have a C in music. Because I know you have to go through clearing, but music is different. You have to have all these things in order for them to accept you. Calling up unis, getting rejected by some, ruining my confidence. Finally get an offer from one, and it's one I like. So I'm like, cool, I'll go there. And then the evening, go to the pub, then go to Marcus's with Mickealla. And it's the first time I drank, but by then I was happy, so I wasn't fucking like
doing
up alcoholism, you know what I'm saying? And that was cool. But then as I thought about my decision, because it was just a split decision, because for clearing, you have to make the decision on that day by like 5 or 2. And I didn't want to regret anything. So I just said yes. And then I ended up being like, you know what, uni right now doesn't sound like a good idea. It was a rash decision. Any decision I make, I want it to be well informed, so I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially something as big as like purging out loads of money for a degree. You don't just want to be like, I guess I go there. So
Yeah.
so I decided to take a gap year, and that's what I'm doing right now. And then I had to go through a whole thing of searching what I wanted to do during my gap year. I know I wanted to still be in education in some respects, so I thought about doing an art foundation course, because I did get an A-star in art, but then I said if I'm going to take a foundation, then I want to pursue art because I love it. But at the same time, I had music, but music academics wasn't really my thing. I really enjoy music performance, but that wasn't something I was able to do during my music A level. So I said, why am I really doing music? Anyways, if I gotta do fucking anything. So that was a very rough 3 weeks, because then I was still working at my sixth form as a cleaner, seeing all these joyous children or nervous children walking around like, and the A-level students starting. And I was like, you guys don't know what you're about to go through. You don't know the horrors that face you.
Force cigarettes.
You kids don't. Like, honestly. But yeah, I get it. I get why people cry randomly. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like mental health, I get it. Because that was a very hard time for me. Super hard, because I just felt like I say this a lot, my biggest fear is failure. And I don't even like to use that in my language anymore. Because I don't know. I don't really know why. I should investigate that why. But it just really is. But now I'm removing that from my language, and I'm not afraid of failure as I was before. I don't even see it as failure. I see it as growth, because in order to be successful, you have to fail. It's just a given. You have to. There is no success without failure. So I've really learned from that experience now, being at a college, studying performing arts, studying musical theatre.
What a loser.
And I know people from my college are watching, like, say our name, give us the plug. But I'm not doing that, because I don't know what strangers listen to this, and I'm not trying to...
Wolfgang.
I really hope Wolfgang's still watching, because I love that first comment on our first video. Yeah, I really, for those who are watching from college, I really enjoy it so much. This is basically what I've been wanting to do ever since I was a child, but never really had the opportunity to do. So now I'm doing it. I'm just like, I'm living my best life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And doing that taught me a lot of things about myself that I did not know. Like, that I'm quite a relaxed person. Because I know I've been talking fast for the past 24 hours, but 24 minutes, however long we've been recording.
29 minutes.
But I'm also... I feel like I have a little bit more of an inner peace than I used to. For being an 18-year-old young person, I feel like I'm a little bit more at peace, even though inside I really don't. I feel the conflict happening within me. Mm-hmm. I feel like at the same time I'm good at resolving it when it needs to be resolved, not as in compartmentalizing, but when it gets down to it, I'm like, we good. We're going to be okay. We can get through this. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now in my gap year. And I'm now taking a completely different course, and I want to go to drama school. I know, weird. I'm so weird.
She's just like not like the other girls, you know?
Disgusting.
Cancelled.
Cancelled. But yeah, I'm embracing the mystery that is the future.
I'm embracing...
Did I blink that much?
The mystery.
Did I blink that much?
No, you just had this look on your face, like embracing the like, I don't even fucking know what.
God.
Like what?
No.
I don't know.
Because I think I said this before, because I heard it in podcasts, but like embracing the unknown, embracing the mystery, and that's what causes a lot of people anxiety. The unknown, what could happen next? What could this spiral into? And realizing that I'm in control of my behavior when things do happen, I'm not in control of things happening. So I'm learning to embrace that more. But I'm only scratching the surface, really, because I do feel like I have a lot more work to do. Like, period. Like, I'm only literally, like, at, like, where I would like to be. Not saying that I have to be a finished product, because there's no such thing.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is I'm learning to embrace being a work in progress, if you get what I mean. And I think that's the biggest thing I've learned this year, from exams to A-level results day to this very moment. Learning how to embrace the imperfections and flaws, because I used to see imperfections and flaws and mishaps as laziness, as like that could have been better, but those are really your learning points, not the gold A stars. You know what I mean? And learning how to measure my success outside of academia, outside of marks and things like that. So
Karl Marx?
Huh?
Outside of Karl Marx?
Outside of Karl Marx.
Post-Marxism theory.
Yeah, and just learning how to be a work in progress. And I think that's something everyone needs to embrace, that we are all work in progresses, and we just need to appreciate that about each other. No one out here is a finished... No one on this goddamn planet Earth is a finished product. Ever. And I mean that perfect. Like, anyone that you are idolizing at this very moment, that they shouldn't be your idol. I'm so sorry.
Timothy Chalamet wears weed socks.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
That's a bit...
Nobody's perfect, is what I'm trying to say.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
I gotta work it. We're singing two different keys.
To make it right.
Yeah.
What is that?
Hannah Montana.
Okay, I knew it was one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one.
Yeah, so you're a work in progress. I don't want to say nobody's perfect, but nobody's perfect.
Because it's a very big cliche.
It's a very big cliche, but you're allowed to be... You're allowed to make mistakes. I have one more thing to say.
Absolutely.
Shantae, you stay.
I mean, it's been 33 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to give you your half an hour, I promise.
I know that was RuPaul's gay ball or whatever it's called.
Gay ball. You did say ball.
Welcome to the gay ball.
Points for the use of ball. Ball culture, drag, queer history, guys. Look it up.
That was intentional.
What was the last thing I was going to say? But what's something I know I need to work on is learning how to stop asking for permission in a sense of how do I explain this? Because like in spaces that I'm used to, so when I'm surrounded by you and Mickealla and other circles of friends, I know I could... What are you laughing? Because we don't have any other friends.
Yeah, exactly. You, Mickealla...
Other people that I know, that I speak to.
55 other people that I know.
A massive circle of friends.
A massive triangle.
I know I can be myself, and I don't have to ask permission to be myself. I can just be without question. And if someone questions it, I know I have the right to be like, no, this is who I am, which doesn't happen because we have that mutual understanding of just being. But in unfamiliar spaces, I feel like I need to ask permission in order to just be myself and not literally come up to someone and be like, hi, can I speak now, please? Like, not that.
Excuse me, I'm ready to exist now?
But even that, because in school you're taught to raise your hand when you want to speak. But I'm at a college at the moment. You could just, when you want to go to the toilet, just go to the toilet. You don't have to be like, miss, can I please... Like, isn't that a bit bizarre?
Can I please do my basic human function, please?
It's a bit bizarre. Yeah. So even like raising your hand to speak or whatever, like I'm still gonna be polite. I'm not saying like I'm just gonna fucking waltz around like I own the place. But just to learn to not ask permission to take up space, because it's my right to own a part of the space. It's my right to have a seat at the table, if you get what I mean.
Yep.
And because I'm learning acting now, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, you're an actor.
I'm a bit of an actor.
What do you study? Do you study...
Stanislavski and Martin David Mallet.
Black. Do you study Bertolt Black? Do you study Bertolt...
Black.
Do you study...
That's really gross.
You studied.
Okay, stop. Yeah, it's because acting is a big part of musical theatre. If you haven't noticed, everything's a little bit heightened. Everything's a little bit much.
Like, they don't just stand up and sing. Like, they actually, like, move around and stuff. Have you seen it? It's crazy.
On my... that was a rendition of me singing. Thank you very much. Yeah, because in acting, you have to do more. It's better. More is more. Because they can always ask you to rein it in, but it's harder to pull things out of you. So I realized that in my acting, like, I need to be doing more. I need to stop waiting for someone to tell me do more. I should be doing more in the first place. Not overacting necessarily, but just relaxing and doing more. Not trying to think about, okay, what is the absolute quota for more and how can I hit it perfectly? But just doing it. Mm-hmm. Just letting go. And that comes down to me thinking that I need permission to do anything, mm-hmm. to claim the space that I'm in, and not to derail too much. But I think that comes down to being growing up as a black woman in a predominantly white space. I'm always very conscious of being seen as the person that is doing too much, that is getting too angry, that is getting too loud, that is doing too much. You know what I mean? Because if you're doing too much, you're unemployable, you're unlikable, you're ugly, people don't want to be around you. So I've always felt the need to be conscious of how people perceive me, and a way of doing that is toning it down, you know? But being friends with people like you and Mickealla, you've taught me to just be. Mm-hmm. That is my goddamn right to just be myself. So that's something I've heavily learned, and I encourage people to do, especially my queers and people of colour and so on and so forth, minorities, marginalised people. So don't ask permission. That's my motto for 2020. Don't ask permission.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you can do anything you want.
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
You were really setting that one up, weren't you?
Yeah, I was thinking. Really I thought about that from the exact moment that you said it.
Bitch.
So you said something which reminded me.
Sorry, your turn to speak.
For the next 35 minutes. So something happened to me this year, which was not even a big event. People who...
But it's the first time it's happened to you.
Yeah,
so,
who follow me on Instagram and everything.
Rich man, this is the first time you've ever been... Go ahead.
Okay, so it's the first time it's ever happened to me. And people who are my friends and have my Instagram, you already know what it is. But it felt like, to me, the more I've thought about it, the culmination of the person that I've become this year. It felt like everything this year was kind of leading up to this in my head somehow. Just this little thing. So I go to university in Surrey.
Well done for getting in.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It was really difficult.
I need to burp again. No,
it's too late. You can the burp card's
This is
off
my
the
mic, by the way. Look how pretty it is.
There's double the amount of mics.
Yeah.
And me and my friends were out Wednesday night. You set the mood. Wednesday night. It's -2 degrees Celsius. I am in a thin, multicolored Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat looking fleece. All right.
That's a musical, by the way. I'm kidding. I won't start.
That's a Bible, by the way.
It's not a Bible. It's a Bible story. You.
It's a
idiot.
Bible.
It's not.
You ever read those Bibles?
Yeah. Okay.
So me and my friends have gone out for a drink on a Wednesday night because we have Wednesdays off. And we are walking back to the university from the local pub where the guy in the pub had pointed to me and gone, "Hey, he looks like he's not really gay, but you'd hire him to pretend to be your gay best friend." And his mate went, "Yeah." So already we're off to a good start this night. And I'm walking to the bus stop. The bus never came. We're walking to the bus stop, and then I hear, "Oh!" And we go, and my friend, he goes, "Me?" And he goes, "No, the Batty Boy."
Does he say it like that?
No, it's like, "The Batty Boy."
Does he say it like that?
And Yeah,
Okay.
he's like sounded like that, and I just thought to myself, oh, hatred. I smell hatred.
I smell homophobia.
For those of you who don't know, Batty Boy is a very, very, very bad word.
It's a very bad word.
It's a slur.
It's a slur, yo.
So I get called this thing, and I look over and I see this guy just on his own. He looks like fucking Gollum if he was 22, in his fucking padded hood.
Yo.
Yeah, Batty Boy. And I turn to him and like, you know when a kid keeps talking, we fall in love. You know when you're talking to a little kid and you don't care anymore, and you go, oh yeah, and you like pretend to be listening. You go, wow, okay, cool, yep. I keep doing that to him as he keeps talking to me and calling me Batty Boy, and he just goes, yeah, and strides off like he just won.
Embarrassing.
Which for me was like this beautiful, beautiful moment, because it truly it felt like a culmination of everything that I'd learned this year.
That you could talk back.
Moment. Because first off, -2 degrees.
Feel shit in your head.
-2 degrees. I used to be so skinny that I couldn't go out in -2 degrees. So already we've got a win. Second, anxiety. Where was it?
Yeah.
I didn't panic.
Completely dispelled.
I remained completely calm the entire time. Third, friends. I used to really struggle with the idea of making friends. I was surrounded by friends, and this guy was on his own. Already won.
Homophobia disbands your friend groups.
Shockingly enough.
Yeah.
And then I realized, first off, I wouldn't be in this situation if I was as heavily closeted as I used to be. But also, I wouldn't have been able to stay proud of the person that I was in a situation like that if I was the person that I used to be. So, like, everything that had been part of my personal journey that year had culminated into this just one guy, and this little incident, which compared to what so many people go through is nothing, but it just stayed in my memory of being like, this is a reference to the Uncut Gems movie with Safdie brothers. This is how I win.
And yeah, compared to other people's experiences, it is a small incident, but you shouldn't have to deal with that period.
No,
you know
I don't try and make it anything less than it was. But the simple fact of the matter is that incident was as bad as I made it, and I just decided to completely deflate the fucking balloon that was about to pop. But anyway, that's just a thing that has stuck in my mind for something that has been a culmination of everything that I've learned this year. And I feel as if you look for those moments, they do arrive. Those moments where you just get tested on the person that you used to be and the person that you are now. And those are the moments where you can either kind of collapse and become the person you used to be, or you can identify what makes you the person that you are today. Period. And those moments come to everybody. And I just think throughout your year what that moment was for you. Who the Batty Boy was for you. Who was your Batty Boy monster this year?
Yeah.
That's the name. The Batty Boy monster. We'll get banned, so no.
Bands?
We'll get banned.
Oh yeah.
Not bands.
I thought you meant like wristbands. Like
yeah, we'll get wristbands. Batty Boy monster. And now I'm gonna dress as Batman in a pride outfit, and I'm gonna be Batty Man for Halloween. Anyway. No, but just look for those moments in the year, and if you find any, let me know, because I really want to hear them, because that's the moment where I very, very much feel proud of the people that I know, is when they're forced in situations that they shouldn't have been in the first place or didn't deserve to be in, i.e. results day, stuff like that.
No, I put myself there.
but moments that are forcing you to test your character.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And moments that kind of feel unjust.
It felt unjust, but it was just. I didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Well, considering my circumstances, I can't be regretful. Be like, I didn't work hard enough. What happened. So.
Yeah, because you were like.
And I'm totally over it.
But the thing is now, I look back at the year, and I look back at the place that it started in, which was
abysmal.
January 2019, I was just thinking to myself, shit, I just hope that I make it through this year. First off, well done if you made it through 2019.
Well fucking done.
Because it's been truly shocking.
It's
for everyone
It's so long.
For everyone.
So long.
This year was definitely split into two. It feels like you know when there's a final season of the show and they're like season 8 part 1 and then season 8 part 2 like The Good Place is doing, which is like kind of bullshit because they're just doing another season. Yeah. 2019 was definitely one of those.
Well, it was just season 1 and season 2. No, there were 3 seasons. And yeah. This is about to be season finale, December. Yeah.
This is the last episode?
Yeah, sure.
How disappointing. I'm
Carry on,
replaying
sorry,
that at
I'm
the
interrupting
end.
you.
I don't even remember what I was going to say. But it's been an immensely long year for everybody. But also I think that it's a year that has kind of affected almost everybody in a way that not a lot of years before really have, if you ask me. Like everyone I know, something big happened to them this year. You know?
Because we're around the age range where everyone's going to uni.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's so interesting to watch how everyone else is dealing with this time in their lives and how I'm dealing with this time in their lives, and I completely stopped comparing them because...
Comparison is the killer of joy. Just like that saying.
We'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, good. No.
I stopped with all the comparison stuff and then actually looked over at people and gone, I wonder how they're doing. And sometimes they were doing okay, sometimes they were doing real big duty poo-poo. And either way, I just wanted to make sure that everyone was having a good year this year, and I tried to help people out with that and be nice to people. Because, let's address it, politically, this year has been a tropical fuckstorm of a year, politically. It's been nuts.
Is that what you want to spend your half an hour on politics?
No,
okay.
I just want to briefly mention it.
Okay.
Because I feel it looks like I'm picking my nose. There is an itch.
No, he's picking his nose. Picking his
See,
nose.
no, nothing.
You're a work in progress.
I'm a work in progress. I picked my nose. I picked my nose once, and then I got a really bad nosebleed. No, this year I picked my nose once. A few months ago, I got a really bad nosebleed, and then like every other day, I would think the scab is coming off, and then I'd blow my nose, the scab would fly off, and then I'd start bleeding heavily again, and like that's been going on consistently, and it's finally over, and that's disgusting, but I'm sure you can take a metaphor out of it, right? Make one mistake and it keeps...
the killer of joy.
Yeah. Eat your greens, eat your teeth. So I don't even remember what I was fucking saying.
You were saying politics.
Yeah.
This year's been...
Politics has been a very, very devastating thing for a lot of people this year, in the fact that in a lot of years past, like Trump or Brexit or whatever, we kind of experienced it and then went, oh, this sucks. Anyway, this has, for me, kind of been different, especially with climate stuff, because a lot... what are the statistics on the amount of children right now who have kind of climate-related depression? It's astronomical, right? Yeah, ever since climate change has become more prevalent in the media, the rates of depression in children has increased massively because they don't think they're going to live. They think they're all going to die.
Yeah, I not gonna lie, I compartmentalized that during A-levels because I was like, I need to finish A-levels. I can't think about this.
Yeah, and but see, it affected, like, everyone I know felt really devastated by it, and now the most recent majority of the Conservatives, for a lot of people I knew, was completely crushing, like completely devastating, because it felt like that was the last proper kind of hope that we had, was getting Jeremy Corbyn in, which, by the way, how anyway.
No, I know completely how. This is a conservative country.
Yeah.
The media is conservative.
We stopped at the Tesco out there, and it said, "Would you trust this man with your children?" And then a picture of Jeremy Corbyn, insinuating that Jeremy Corbyn's a paedophile. And it's still up there, even though he's just like...
Rip it down.
I really wanted to, but it was like zip tied.
No, once I saw it was that EDL member that got put into prison.
What, Free Tommy?
Yeah. I saw one of those things on there, like, would you always have free speech? I was walking to work, and I was like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to bring some scissors and cut that down. And by the time I got there, I was already cut down. I said...
The greatest irony of that is that he was going to jail for being a criminal.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So we're talking about the devastation.
Yeah, so with the Conservative win plus the massive amount of climate change knowledge that we've gained, it's been very, very devastating for a lot of people. But what I've learnt just by looking around is that these kind of devastations can be really, really great at bringing people together. And for me, 2019 was all just about coming together with people, because that's just every time something shitty happened this year, it just forced me to come together with people. We went to climate strikes, and then voting day happened, and we all just we were just chatting in the streets and just laughing and having fun. You got free mulled wine when you voted at my university, which was fantastic. Nice. Yeah, so we all just had our mulled wines. We were having a little bit of a party. Everyone there voted Labour. We were all just agreeing for once.
Student outcome was amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful, and it brought people together. And the issue is that a lot of the time these things can either break people apart or bring them together. And we can't let this one break us apart. 2019, this decade, can't end on another loss, because the second half of the 2010s has been really devastating politically and environmentally. I mean, the rate at which things are getting worse is just astronomical compared to what we predicted at the first half of this decade. We can't let the 2010s be concluded with a form of defeat or just loss. We have to just kind of come together in this last little bit. And I mean, I know this is coming out probably tomorrow if uploading goes wrong, or tonight, but it'll probably come out
sometime in May.
Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere.
This is gonna be a bit of text right here saying Marcus
don't promise editing yourself.
But the irony is that it says Marcus can't edit, so if it's not there, it's evidence. Just be aware that the next decade is an entirely new opportunity to do a lot of good.
2030, fam, that's the next decade marker. I remember being younger. Never mind, I was going to say we could talk about, because I was thinking about 2019 review, decade in review, and I was thinking about what would me at the beginning of this decade say to me now. And that got me thinking about talking about your inner child. And I was speaking to my sister she told me about what would having discussions with your inner child and what that meant. And I said I was going to say we should talk about that, but it's your half an hour. Have the floor.
No, I really like that idea.
But I don't want to talk about that now anyways, because I had something, I was going to say something about your, what you were saying about politics.
Go ahead.
Can I remember it though? It was just the fact that for me, Johnson's win, I don't even want to call him that. That has to be a worse name for him.
Bodge. Stodgy Bodge.
Stodgy Bodge's win. I saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a place now where I have zero hope, which I would like to change, but I saw it coming. I still voted Labour, don't get me wrong. God, no. I'm not an idiot. But I saw it coming just because ever since Trump's win, I've sort of, I don't know what to call it. I've sort of just accepted the fact, not that we can't do anything, but I've accepted the type of place that we live in, mm-hmm. or the type of place that we've constructed for ourselves, and who it serves and who it doesn't serve, and it doesn't serve me. And to delude ourselves that that we are liberal, that we are progressive, that not gonna lie, we have made moves. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for our ancestors and stuff that have made moves for us. But to sort of delude ourselves that we are liberal, we are here, we are this is over, war is over. No, it's not.
John?
It's not. So I can't say I was devastated. I just wasn't surprised. I said, oh, okay, here we go.
The thing is that the way that I see politics turning is things from now on in politics and in the environment are going to get worse. That's what this election means, is that for the next 5 years, if nothing is done about it, things are going to get worse. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sorry, in 8 years of Tory rule, everything has gotten worse in general across the board. If you disagree with that, you're wrong.
And all the
Blatantly.
Influxes and the economic growth and stuff is because of they depleted it so much.
Yes.
And now they're trying to push it back, and they're like,
it's like me cutting off all your legs and going, hey, you got a toe.
But I gave you this toe back. So.
I gave you a toe back. So, but the thing is that as time goes on, things get worse and worse and worse. Things have to get to that absolute worst point before they start getting better. I mean, unfortunately, that's how history works, in the fact that, especially in Western history, in capitalist history, things have to crash and become a depression before we have another boom that goes up. Unfortunately, that's the cycle. Unfortunately, that's the cycle.
Yeah.
But the simple fact of the matter is that we are on one of those downward spirals, and when you're in them, the people who are actually changing things don't even realize that they're in them. The voters that vote Conservative. If people who voted Conservative knew what they were doing when they voted Conservative, they wouldn't vote Conservative. It's all about hindsight. That's what history is. And this is a giant point in history. And if anything, just look at this and just go, hey, I get to say that I went through the worst at this time, at this place. You know, I went through the absolute shit. We're not going through half as much shit
yes, absolutely.
as everywhere else in the world. We should be very grateful, but we're living
and people
through...
in the past too.
Absolutely. But we're living in a very, very dark time that's going to come just before things start to get better again.
Yep, everything gets better.
And we get to the privilege of being the generation that make things better.
Absolutely. My goal is, I'm really hoping to get over this political nihilism. I really am, because it's a little bit boring, you know? Yeah. It's a little bit depressing. Mm-hmm. But at the moment, I'm hoping to be in a place where things do go to shit. I could own my own private land and have my own little farm and family. And
when house prices are 5p for a mansion, you can buy whatever you want.
Exactly. And have, what are they called, where people just live in and out your house, but it's your
commune?
No.
Not a commune?
Well, people live in and out of your house, but
a bed and breakfast.
You're all like in the same circle, like you're all artists or you're all musicians or whatever.
Yeah, I would like that.
I'm one of those.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
I need your couch.
By the time, hopefully, I get there and I can just do that when everything's going to shit, and then do my politics from home on my laptop.
Do your politics from home on your iPad?
Yeah. But that's just my political nihilism talking. Obviously, there is way more activist work that we can actually do as young people, because we have a lot more power than we think we do, especially, like you said, when we unite and come together, like with the youth strikes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so Greta Thunberg, we love her. Queen! But
all we need is for Greta Thunberg to come out as queer.
Thunberg, thank you.
Thunberg. She needs to come out as queer.
Yeah.
And then she'll be my favourite human.
No, she's already my favourite human.
Okay.
Understand. Yeah, I'm a fan. But yeah, well, not to bash on about politics more, but for people that... No, we all talk about it in another episode. Talk about how the way people vote, why people didn't vote for Jeremy, why people vote for Conservative. I was going to get into that, but...
Can't be else. It's Tuesday night and I'm tired.
Okay, we still have to get to New Year's, man. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm excited for this new year.
Me too.
I am. Yeah. I thought I wasn't, but I am. Because I was laying on my bed, I was like, I just want to lie here for the next 30 minutes and not have a shower, because this was very comfortable. I'm watching my YouTube. I feel great. I don't want to do work. Mm-hmm. But then I realised I enjoy doing the work that I do at the moment.
That's the best place to be in, is when you're doing stuff and it actually makes you feel good. Because I feel like some of the time I'm just like one of those fucking guys on Wall Street, just with the phone just screaming into it, just like typing things because I'm so busy. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about university, and it's a phrase I've used with a couple of people right now. You are always busy and always lying down.
What do you mean?
As in, you always have something that you need to do right now, and yet you're always just kind of chilled out about stuff.
Yeah, that's where I am at right now.
Exactly. You're just like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like really busy right now watching fucking 3 hours of YouTube videos lying in bed. Yeah. With like a 12-hour essay to write. Yeah. And yeah, it just works out, right?
Because you have that peace of mind. Mm-hmm. Not that there aren't any stakes, because if you don't get it in, you get failed for it. But you just have that, I guess A-levels is the hardest of it. And I've been told third year is quite hard. I'm not quite sure.
I mean, but there's rumours.
There's rumours. But yeah, you just, first year, is it easy as someone who's doing first year?
I mean,
first year film production.
Easier than it's gonna be. It depends how good you are.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that's
Straight
it.
up.
That's it. It depends how good you are.
Mm-hmm.
And
It depends
how
how
motivated you are.
hard working you want to be, because it's completely independent.
Yes.
No one's breathing down your neck like time this in please, or you'll get kicked out. You get kicked out, you get kicked out.
So far I've done a lot of essays, and I've made a documentary, and I made a live TV show, and now I'm making another film.
Exciting.
But what I learned from that is that the people you're working with are always going to be at different motivation levels to
I
you.
almost vomited. That was very scary.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's because I'm speaking, isn't it?
Carry on.
Why do you even do this podcast if you hate my voice?
Carry on.
The people you're working with are always going to be at totally different motivation levels to you, whether that's higher or lower or anything like that. That's not your problem. That's up to them. And all that you have to do is make sure that you're doing the best that you are, and you are making sure that they do the best that they are, you know?
Yeah.
Because as much as it's fine to say, not my problem, they're the one that's doing whatever, whoever you're working with is also partly your responsibility, because that's how teamwork works.
Yeah.
You know?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And, I mean, sure, things can happen at the last minute. For example, I did a essay that just took 12 hours straight from, I think it was, I always forget if it's 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. or 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Either way, it was 12 hours.
Either way, 12 hours straight. And was it worth it? Hell no. Will I do it next time? Probably,
yeah.
Because what you have to remember is
that's not very healthy.
No, it's not. But it's me.
Oh, shut up.
That's just how
I'm just a fucking bitch. I hate that shit, you know. I hate that shit.
I'm not going to improve myself.
I'm just a
all.
bitch, you know. I'm just like a
Yeah.
little bit of a bitch. Shut up. You're just a bitch, Jennifer.
I'm so trash. I'm just literal trash. People talk down to themselves like that. Awful. Leave that in this decade.
Yeah, leave. Okay, what are things we should leave in 2019?
Self-deprecation.
Self-deprecation.
It's awful.
I do that a lot.
No,
actually.
Hannah Gadsby. It's not self-deprecation, it's self-humiliation.
Do I do that a lot? No, I don't think I do that a lot. I think I do that a lot when I'm like... No, actually, no. I think that's something I'm quite good at.
No, you don't. No,
yeah.
That's empty. Bad news, buddy. You want to get more water?
No. Come on.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Self-deprecation, please just leave it unless you're a stand-up comedian. Because none of your friends need to hear about how much you hate yourself, and then you laugh at it and you expect them to laugh at it, because really they're just worried and they're just laughing because you're laughing.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I agree. What was I going to say? Thinking about the language you use about yourself and other people. I don't know how if you know what I quite mean, but I think something I definitely learned this year, and just learned through my friends and stuff, is being conscious of the language you use, and when you speak about yourself, or you're speaking about the things you're doing. So I remember, the example is when you're younger, your parents probably told you not to use the word hate because it's a strong word. I remember being told that, and I'm glad I was told that, because it is a very strong word. And then you get older and people are like, I hate this, and over exaggeration is the new like comedy of 13-year-olds. So everyone's like, yeah, I want to kill myself, blah, 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 I swear to God. But yeah, just being conscious of negative language about yourself. And I'm not saying don't articulate your feelings and how you feel. I'm saying that say what you mean, but also be open to how statements like, what's an example? What's the example? What's the example? What's something that you say a lot?
That I say a lot?
No, that you don't like saying.
I don't know.
Think
of things that I don't like saying.
Yeah, that you say a lot that you don't like saying, that you would like to remove from your language.
I don't have any because I've removed them.
Okay, Mr. Perfect. Jesus. What did I used to say? I used to say I'm really bad at this.
Mm.
I'm really bad at this. I used to say that a lot. To say I'm working on this.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to work on this. I'm finding this really difficult, but I'm working hard to improve it. Because I used to do that a lot. I used to do that a lot during art. Like, I'm really bad at drawing X, Y, and Z, or I'm really bad at this in music, or I remember Mickealla would pick me up. She's like, "You are working on doing X, Y, and Z." So turn negative statements into transformative statements. I think that's helpful.
I like that.
I think, yeah, leave negative things about yourself. Just more self-love, you know. Don't laugh at me. More self-love. Oh my God, love yourself.
Just actually be happy in your own body.
Yeah.
You know, it takes effort and it takes time.
Effort.
But it's worth it when you don't hate yourself.
It's so worth it. Oh, and not saying that I love myself completely, because that's something I really need to do. Like, I do want to, one of these things is I want to feel healthier in my body, because I always try, like, I'm always interested in fitness and exercise and nutrition, but I used to do it as because I want to look slim, because I want to like myself. And then I realized that's not going to make me like myself. So then I just didn't bother. Because I knew that if I'm doing it for the wrong reason. So why do it at all? Because I'm never going to do anything that's going to make me like myself. I have to do that internally. But you can walk and chew gum. Not saying that I'm saying that not making losing weight or getting healthier is going to make me like myself. I'm saying that I want to just be able to, like, run and be active and be fit. And that's just going to make me feel good in the mind, and not necessarily aesthetically good, but just good in my body. It's going to make these two things connect, and they feel good when they're connected.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm at the healthiest that I think I've ever been in my life, because I went from very much overweight but also feeling really unhealthy to like being diagnosed disabled and then just going, oh, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to feel like garbage. To then my depression, anxiety, I got ridiculously skinny, and ever since I went to like university for the past few months, I'd say, plus summer probably, I've made an effort to really just kind of put on more weight, but also put it on through healthy means, in the fact that, you know, I have a routine as to what I eat, and then going to university just means that you're out constantly and you're being active and everything, so I'm getting more exercise and things like that. And honestly, like, I know it's people's New Year's resolutions, like, do more exercise, lose some weight. If your motivations are right,
if your motivations are good for you, not necessarily right, but they're like healthy, they're what's the word? Sustainable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're doing it because you want to make yourself kind of the best you that you could be, and also be happy within yourself, pretty good motivation. And just think, am I doing this to make anybody else happy, or am I doing it to make me happy? Because now when I look in the mirror, it's like, oh, Marcus is back. You know, for a long time I had problems with, like, looking myself in the mirror and not really recognizing the person within there, because I've gone through such drastic physical changes in my life. But it feels like I'm very much at the base layer Marcus now. And I don't have, like, the problems with, like, my chest or lungs that I used to have. I don't get exhausted all the time anymore. And if you can just do that for yourself, make sure that your body is functioning to the point which you don't really have to think about it too much, then it means that you can focus on the really, really big parts of yourself a lot better. Because I couldn't really do much for I thought I was doing a lot for my mental health, but I couldn't do much for it when I was in a bad physical space as well. You know? Connecting
that mind and body, you know, it's a bit important.
100%.
100%. That was silly.
100%.
Anything else you want to say?
Anything else I want to say?
I feel like I do. I feel like this has been a very casual conversation. You get me?
It has. One thing I really, really want to say.
Okay.
And it's gonna sound dumb at first. Okay. All right. But just consume more art in general.
Okay, Karen.
Just the amount of people that are just like, yeah, I want to watch more films, or I want to watch more TV shows, or I want to write more.
Do it.
Just actually do it, because one thing that affected me a lot this year and last year as well is I realised how much of a deep effect that entertainment or art can have on your growth as a person.
When you're watching the right thing.
When you're watching the right things.
Or
Because
nourishing things.
the thing that I'm most proud of this year that I've done, and maybe the thing that I'm most proud of ever, was my book that I wrote. If you want a copy, like, give me some money for it. And
You wrote a poetry anthology. It's really good.
But not only that, I think that watching a film like Booksmart massively affected me because it changed my perspective of a situation that was very prevalent to me at that point. But also a film that comes... I promise you that at one point in your life, a film will come along at the exact moment that you needed it to.
Not necessarily a film, a podcast.
A podcast? A TV show?
A TV show.
A book? Anything.
A book, a song, an album, an article, anything. I'm not necessarily on board with the consume more because I think we already consume way too much.
We're around different people. I'm around people that consume none.
That don't go on Instagram 24/7 and...
Not really, no, some of them.
Oh, okay, well, in regards to social media in particular, I think, well, me personally, I think I consume way too much. That I need to reduce the noise in my brain because I always keep myself occupied so I don't have to listen to the noise. So I'm not, I don't know, well, yeah, to the people it applies to, but if you're someone that feels like they are already overwhelmed or preoccupied or watching this right now and feel the need to check Instagram along the way, that you can't commit to this long form media, delete Instagram.
Committing to things. Also really, really great. But what I was going to say is...
Commit.
You will find that thing that comes along at the right point in your life. Absolutely, in my opinion. Everyone kind of finds that thing. For me, last year, it was Call Me By Your Name, which... it was the first time that me and Cara had a proper hangout, I think. We went out to London.
Yeah.
The first time we properly hung out.
And I went to Prince Charles.
We went to the Prince Charles
Why did we
cinema.
go to Prince Charles?
Because you loved that film, and then I said, hey, they're showing it at this cinema in London.
Yes, it was a random cinema. Not even...
And
we didn't even get suggested it. Yeah.
And so I looked it up, like, screenings of Call Me By Your Name, and it showed up.
Prince Charles.
And,
Shout out Prince Charles. Please sponsor. They will never.
So much. Their podcast is really good.
They have a podcast.
They have a podcast about all the movies that they're currently screening at that time. It's wonderful.
That doesn't sound like it's for me, but nice.
If you like movies, it's really good.
Okay.
But that film came at a time where I just shut myself off completely from the person that I actually was. I just created a total illusion about the person that I was. And then I watched this film about a character my age discovering that something which I had could be beautiful. And that was enough to just completely change my life. Completely. Just in that one moment, it changed the whole trajectory of my existence. You know, for the better. It reminded me how passionate I was about films. When I first watched the film, I kind of pretended not to love it that much. And I think in my head I didn't love it that much. I was like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I was like covering my tracks mentally. It was like my brain was like, it was good, but you didn't like...
You didn't like, no homo.
No homo. No homo. It was like, good movie, no homo. A piece of media or entertainment or art can genuinely change your life. Seek it out this year instead of spending 24/7 just like putting a film on and then looking at your phone.
Or just consuming the same old.
Exactly. Stop watching Friends every day. Please stop watching Friends.
BSA. Stop watching Friends.
Stop watching Friends.
Please.
Stop.
Please.
Every time I enter a fucking room, you just hear Joey, like,
please.
Joey eats
Stop
food.
watching Friends.
Oh my god.
Please. No, that's serious. No, please.
If you've watched something over and over and over again, if it's a comedy and you no longer watch it and laugh, and you're just there because you like the characters still exist in your head. You don't need to watch Friends all the days and just sit there on your Instagram or Snapchat as well or whatever. If you're going to watch something, put your phone over there and just give it your attention.
Not to be condescending or anything.
No. But when you're consuming something, do give it your full attention. If it's not for you, that's absolutely fine. I watch a fair amount of films and I get half an hour in and I go, this hasn't been worth it, and I turn it off. Because whatever happens in the next hour,
you don't care.
I don't care, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say a way to do that, because for you it's particularly films. For me, I would say there's different things that can change your life, and I think art is definitely one of them, because we talked about it in college that art is all art about people, not necessarily like nature and stuff. Well, even about nature, it's a sort of a roundabout way to saying this is how humans operate. This is what we are like. How do we feel about this? And whether it's a situation of two people having an intense conversation about divorce, or two people just
marriage story.
I don't know, or just about a mother and child just playing, or just about the most random things, anything that we see ever that is art, entertainment that we consume, that involves people presenting something that they've created. It's a roundabout way of examining us, because it's expressing something about what we are. It's expressing something about what we feel or what we see or how we view things, or it's what we see, what we do, how we view things. It could be about nature, it could be about people, it could be about food, it could be about anything, but it still comes down to how does this person see it, and how did they want you to see it, or how do you see it, if you get what I mean. It's a very roundabout way of examining the human condition.
But have you seen How I Met Your Mother? Because Barney always wears a suit every day.
Oh my god,
and
shut
it's
up.
so funny.
Shut up. Because you attacked me there. You attacked me. You attacked my show.
Get away from my show.
What was I gonna say? The whole idea of, we're almost gonna wrap up. The whole what time are we on?
An hour and 18 minutes.
Oh shit! No,
cut for time like an hour and 16, an hour and 15.
Okay. But the last thing I wanted to say is that one thing I learnt this year is that you can do literally anything. The amount of privilege, the people watching this, and because I'm just assuming that people in our area of the world are watching this, not the, what was it called, the global south. I hate that phrase.
Ew.
Disgusting. That's actually disgusting.
They're all playing their fucking banjos.
I hate it. No, anyone anywhere, particularly us in our situation and the privileges that we have, we could literally do anything. You can do anything in this life.
Nothing's stopping you.
Anything in this life, good or bad. But I'm talking about the good.
Break more laws.
I'm talking about, you can do anything in this life that is going to be good for you. You can do it. And I mean this with my whole chest. If you want to become the number one marathon runner, and I'm not making like you can make promises and they're always going to keep them, because your life might just be just trying. But if you say, I'm going to love just trying my whole life to be the greatest marathon runner in history, that should be fulfilling enough, because you're saying, I'm going to love it. But you could do anything in this life. You can do anything in this life. And I've just been applying that to small instances, because I've been feeling quite lonely with all like the free time and stuff I have, and like traveling. I have friends that I just feel so freely talking to random people and strangers in their just day to day, and it just really like, it boggled my mind, because I've always been surrounded by these people, but one day it hit me and I was like, why am I so standoffish? I have no reason to, like, I'm not saying that you have to be blah blah like bubbly bright every day, but I have no reason to put my guard up and be scared or be afraid, unless you do have reason. But like in certain situations, like when you're buying something from a cashier, you have no reason to be closed, because I'm just discovering more and more that we create so many boxes and differences between us as human beings, when we are literally exactly the same to each other. Like culturally, yes, geographically, yes, like height, looks, aesthetic, whatever, yes, but when it comes down to it, we are all
fleshy sacks
stumbling upon this planet thinking that we are all doing something right. So I applied the you can do anything mentality to talking to people, because it brought me such anxiety to just have small talk with strangers and things like that. Because I don't know why, it just really did. So I was sitting at a bus station, and I don't think I had music, so I couldn't even listen to music. So I was just talking to myself in my head, and it was dark. It was 9 o'clock, and it was like a 15-minute wait for the bus. So I talked to myself in my head, and I tried to do meditation, but then I just became really over analytical, not to a point of where it was panicky, but to the point where it was self-indulgent, and I was becoming very analytical and perceptive, and not even present, but just perceptive and very conscious of what was going on around me in immense detail. And I had to snap myself out of it and take a moment and be like, hey, I'm just a person sitting at a bus stop, what's going on? And I saw a lady next to me, and then like over 5 minutes I built up the courage to just be like, oh, the bus is a bit late. And that snapped me out of that sort of...
And imagine it taking you so much courage to acknowledge the existence of another human being.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. That's actually bizarre. Actually crazy. And the thing is, it's common. So it's not even that crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Nearly everybody feels it.
We day to day, there's hundreds of us on the tube, hundreds of us walking down the streets, and we just pretend we don't exist. We pretend it's only our world.
The fireworks are starting.
Yeah, fireworks are starting. We're pretending that we're just wandering through this world alone, where there are billions of people walking around in the exact same place we are, because we're all on the exact same planet. So that's what it's encouraging me to do, just to ground myself in my surroundings and to the people around me. And you can do anything is also motivating me to do what I want to do in this life, which is do what I love, produce, create, and find success and do that. And my success is inspiring other people to do the same.
If you have anything that you want to do with your life, give it a go.
Do it. I promise you, you have nothing to lose. With all this privilege cushioning your existence, you have nothing to lose. I'm not saying leave your job and go become an artist, even though you have zero art experience. I'm saying take 15 minutes to draw up a sketch, at least.
Do a fucking doodle. I've been doodling.
Have you?
I've never done
you
that in my
told me.
life. I doodle now.
That's nice.
And doodling's fun.
You're not going to show me, are you?
No.
Oh.
No, they're just for me.
Oh.
I'll show you eventually,
Okay.
and I'm not ashamed of them. It takes time to not be ashamed of things.
Shame is a killer of joy too.
Yes.
Talk about shame another time.
So, just do what you want to do, as long as you're not going to jail. The worst consequence for anything that you do is jail, and if the consequence is jail, don't do it.
Jail, also many other things.
Jail, social isolation. Just like if it's bad, don't do it.
No, dude, you can do anything in this life that is good for you. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Even though that sentence grammatically is a bit all over the place, but
Yeah.
you can do anything in this life that is good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? 2020 is here. By the end of when this is uploaded, this decade, we will be turning 29 years old.
What?
Like, in 2020,
Yeah.
right? I will be in the decade where I turn 29 years old.
Oh shit! Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I don't care.
And by the end of the next decade, I will be nearly 30. And that is the point where that's the point where I'm actually going to start thinking, am I doing what's right for me? Because right now it's an absolute yes. I'm living the life that I've always wanted to live. And I'm pretty sure that you are too, to a certain extent. We're both doing what we love to do.
I need to get a job. When I get that shmoney, I will be, but...
We're living kind of our best lives right now.
Yeah, I would say so. I say that tentatively because there's still a lot that I need to do. I still don't feel like I'm meeting my quota.
Things can always be better, but we're both on the right trajectory.
Yes, you're very right.
And when you're on the right trajectory, that is all that you can ever ask for in life. You cannot ask for the outcome to come to you straight away. But as long as you're motivated and in the right direction in your life, and you'll know when it's the right direction in your life, I feel. Mm-hmm. Or at least most people do. Some people just feel completely lost, which is, But if you're on the right trajectory in your life, don't think about how you're doing right now. Think about... Let me explain. Don't think about the fact that, like, I could have done this
like
year
we said,
like
comparison is a killer of joy.
Exactly. Like, when Steven Spielberg was 19 years old, he directed Star Trek. Nobody cares.
That's not you. You're not
What
Steven Spielberg. Yeah, you're not Steven Spielberg.
What have you been up to?
Just to close, what was I going to say? Just to close, just sum up, like, give me 3 things you want, just like manifest 3 things in your language that you would like to happen in this 2020, just so we can reflect and see if they happen.
In the year 2020,
Yeah.
in the year 2020, I want to get a short film out to a film festival. I want to have finished the second book and to have it released. And not only that, I want to, and this is gonna sound like a weird one. I want to get a bigger variety of trousers.
Yeah.
I just wear jeans.
You just wear jeans.
I need more types of trouser.
Yeah. I'm so pissed off. That's so cool. Hello? What do I want to do?
You tell me.
I want to acquire the skills I require to be a performer. So I want to definitely like grow my dancing, grow my acting, and grow my singing overall. I want to I don't know. I want to give myself like definitive, specific goals, but I'll do that later. But I just want to grow that. It's so distracting. I just want to grow that overall.
Mm-hmm.
Like really commit myself 100%, because I feel like I'm committing myself sort of 80-70% right now. I want to commit myself 100%. Do extra, do more, do what I know I'm capable of, and get off the fence and just commit. Yeah, because I feel like it's going to be really fulfilling and fruitful. Peace.
Number 2.
I want to open myself up to love, because I'm lonely as fuck. As in a girlfriend. The guest said I'm here.
Everybody start the hashtag like, getting Cara a girl.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that.
She wants you to do it.
Don't do that at all.
She's like, oh, I'm so embarrassing. She wants you to stop that.
No.
Let's get in Cara a girl.
Like, we're going to get a hashtag. No, I just want to be more open to romantic love. And that sounds so methodical and scientific. You know what I mean? Technical. Romantic love. Yeah.
I'm open. Doesn't seem like anyone else is right now.
Shut the fuck up. You're at uni, which is the biggest horn dog fest on the fucking planet, okay?
Then explain this.
No. People have been flirting with you bears and you just ignore them.
This is true.
Exactly. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to, someone love me. That'll be nice. That'll be great. So,
how about... And then I'll beep this part out. As if it's somebody, and then
you're not gonna edit this at all. So grow myself as in the thing I want to pursue, performer. Find a partner. I can't wait to reflect on this, and I just single as AF, single AF.
As frick.
And then a third thing. Oh yeah, cook more. Learn how to cook. I'm gonna learn how to cook.
Cooking's fun.
No, that's a new thing. I've only thought of that right now. I'm gonna learn how to cook. Like, cook. Because I just don't like cooking, which is really bad.
Don't get your cookbook.
Don't do that. I won't read it. I won't read it. I really won't. Okay.
Already happened. Anyway, have a lovely new year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's the new year for you. Happy New Year. It's the end of the show. The couple of kooky
kids
show that we do every 3 months. Bye everyone. We love you. Have a happy New Year.
And so another episode is dropping as a treat because we didn't release it.
Absolutely happening.